Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. My name is Janet Wright, and I'm an energy healer, reader, and teacher. And this is going to be a group energy healing live stream where I heal 130 people in 11 different countries. And the healing itself will be probably about an hour 15 minutes. And then before that, I will discuss the theme of the healing and overview a little bit of some of the healing techniques we'll be using. And there will be no Q&A at the end. In the past, I had done really epic, long Q&A reading sessions right after the healing, but I've realized that that's kind of insane for me to do. I just need to chill out after healing 130 people, so so once the healing's done, I'll just, wrap it up in like 2-3 minutes. So the theme of this set of 2 healings, this is the second in the set of 2 healings, the theme is be bold. Jump into your life with both feet, clear limits. And we're going to repeat something that we did in the first healing 2 days ago, which was clearing certain energy blocks above the creative rings, right around here in your aura, that can be keeping large amounts of your energy up and away from you being able to use it. Manipulative energy, basically, that somehow you got along the way in your life this time or past life. Like, you're not ready yet, you don't know what you're doing, or, something like that, some kind of weird fake out kind of energy up there. That, part of your energy is you know, prevented from coming in. So we're going to clear those energy blocks so that more can come in. And I did see that helped a lot, but it was kind of like, there's still more to do. But you can only heal at a healthy and gentle pace. So that's why we didn't get it all the first time. So it's worth doing again, and it's quick and easy, so why not? And the second thing is we're going to be doing a lot of life river unblocking. Life river healing is something that I've done before. You could search Janet Wright Life River on YouTube and find a bunch of different videos that are all interesting, I would say. Well, probably most interesting. Most of them are interesting. But, it's a way of visualizing your life force as it came into this lifetime and as it travels through time, between, the start of your life at conception and then all the way to now, and like in the river of this life force, your life force coming to you, there can be things affecting that life force, so that by the time it gets to you, it's a different vibration than it was initially when it came in. And usually that stuff is not, it's not like your angels place stuff in your life river. It's like people that were envious of you or had control issues around you, or stuff like that. So it's kind of nasty stuff in the life river that you can lift out and clear out, and so that life river is more like even cooler and awesomer, as it keeps bringing your life force to you. So we're going to continue work on some of the things we did 2 days ago, some of those concepts, but with the life river unblocking, like observing versus acting. Like, sometimes the best thing for you to is just observe a situation and not take action, and sometimes the best thing for you is to take action, and it's different at different times, obviously, and you can have baggage that impacts your decision with that. And sometimes, you always act or you never act or whatever. So we're going to unblock your life river to help you with that. Giving versus not giving. Sometimes, there are situations where, it's best for you not to give to somebody. And but it could be that you have junk in your life river that affects your wisdom in that decision moment. So we can clear that out. Judging versus non-judging, not judging people in your life, situations in your life. Sometimes, you can get really caught up in a lot of judgment, which can then cause you to get caught up in a lot of emotional baggage about, oh, someone shouldn't have done something. And so there can be stuff in your life river that sort of predisposes you to being judgy. And so that we can work on clearing out. So that you have the option, and it's easier for you to click into non-judgment and just sort of observe a situation and not get lost in some kind of soap opera version of it. Conflict too, you can have things in your life river that predispose you to conflict. Old baggage from old traumas, just oppressive energy from people that you grew up with, or all sorts of stuff, past life stuff, of course. And if that's in your life river, it can help you to kind of replay, like a broken record, conflicts. So that would be nice to clear out of the life river. We're going to do that. I already mentioned taking action or inaction, also apathy, feeling apathy. That's an interesting one that we can work with, the whole life river unblocking thing. Is there energy in that sitting in your life river that because obviously your original essence of your life force coming into life was not an apathy. Yeah. So what turns it into that? We can look in your life river and lift out stuff so that more of your life force coming to you is at a really wonderful, uplifting, bold vibration. We can look at the level of boldness of your life force coming into the river, into this life, and what in the river changes that, so that by the time it gets to you, it's a lot less bold, and we could just lift out that stuff to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do right now. So these are things pretty much that we were working 2 days ago by clearing energy blocks, and I did see that was effective, but I just felt like this is one step further. Work it with the life river stuff. Your sense of time, that was a big one that I feel like needs more work. Your sense of like how much time you have, how much time in a day, your sense of like your ability to see projects and see them like kind of mix and match. So like, okay, you have 2 hours today. What's 2 hours worth of what you want to do? So you're not always thinking like, oh, I can't ever do anything in my life, because you're thinking of these giant projects and you only have like a half hour right now, and so like, what do you do with that? So your ability to see time in a practical way, productivity. So we're going to look at that within life river. Is there anything in your life river that distorts your sense of time, your perception of time, that distorts your productivity, your sense of your own productivity, how you think about your own productivity? A lot of times with productivity, there's like, you have an idea of how you want something to be done, and it's like at a certain vibration. And then if your life, your day is at a really different vibration, it can give you this sense of like, I can't do my idea today, and it can cause you to just like waffle around and do weird time wasting things, because you're trying to change the vibration of your day so that you can execute your idea the way you want it to. It's kind of like if your idea of like what you're trying to accomplish today is like a bunch of like peach colored rose petals, right? And then the vibration of your day is like a bunch of black and red rocks, and you're like, well, my peach colored rose petals can't fit into my black and red rock day, like, so how do you change the vibration of your day? Is there something that you can unblock in your life river so that the harmony between your ideas and your reality is closer? So there are these, you're not left with this sort of impossible feeling that like nothing's ever going to work out. So we don't want that, right? So the whole thing of ideas and reality and helping you to clear distortions and also helping you to change the vibration of your day. Like, but that has to do with taking action, you know, even on subconscious levels to change. And I was thinking of that too, like, if you're more aware of your choices, because we always make so many choices, and sometimes people don't realize that they're making like 20 choices about a certain situation. And if you're not aware of your choices, then you might feel like you have no control in your life. And if you're not aware of your choices, choices are like opportunities, right? Because you could choose differently than you're currently choosing. So choices are opportunities for positive change. If you're aware of more of your choices, you could think about, okay, well, can I choose differently and create positive change for myself, right? So that whole awareness of choices, I think we can work that within the life river. You know, there can be energy that just blocks your awareness and your consciousness of that kind of thing, so that you're just kind of going through your day and you don't really see any opportunities for change, you know, which can be really not fun, right? So you want to be able to, I mean, being bold is one of those things that sounds fantastic on paper. Like, yes, I do want to be bold, you know. But the nitty gritty nuts and bolts of it, you know, you can get tangled up in a lot of stuff where you don't see your choices, so you don't see the opportunities, so you aren't bold because you didn't really realize how you could be more bold, you know. So anyway, we're going to work that within the life river. I hope that makes sense. My hair is being very bold today. Like, it's funny because part of it is bold and then the other part is not at all. So they're having a disagreement as far as like how bold they should be. So perhaps internally you have some disagreement as to how bold you should be. Just like my hair. So speaking of which, to backtrack a moment, because I mentioned fear, and I think that, you know, is worth maybe emphasizing, so we can clear more stuff from your life river so that you don't feel fear when your life force comes to you. It's not, you know, flavored with fear. Because, you know, that's gonna, fear is like sort of anti-boldness, you know. I mean, of course, true boldness is you're aware of the fear, but you act anyway. But sometimes the fear is very debilitating. It's too much. But then you have to realize, okay, fear is just triggered energy blocks. I can clear those energy blocks and reduce my fear. I can reduce my fear. You know, that's something that, you know, you could even journal and write or, you know, put on your wall. I can reduce my fear, you know. Just because people forget that, you know, they think fear is just some sort of a thing like, well, it's Tuesday. You know, fear can be adjusted because it's just energy blocks in your, tends to be energy blocks in your first chakra and your first layer of your aura. So right around your skin. Those are energy blocks that could cause fear because it gets in the way of the normal functioning of your first chakra, which is to create safety and courage and abundance. So anything that blocks that up makes your first chakra work too hard, so then it's not creating that sense of safety and courage. You know, obviously it's going to get in the way of you being bold, but you can reduce your fear because you can clear the energy blocks. You can unblock your first layer in your first chakra. You can bring up more red earth energy and through your legs into your first chakra. So, yeah. And we probably will do again, you know, clearing 2 big energy blocks, which is quick and easy. We did that towards the end of the last healing. And we'll probably also, again, clear public pain energy blocks that, you know, a lot of people are courting in your space. You just clear them so then people can't court them anymore. You could, you know, melt the cords first and then clear them to make sure they all clear. But And then, you know, making sure you're not clearing other people, you're not courting other people's public pain. You know, that's easy to do, so we'll probably do that. Clearing RAD blocks, resistance, avoidance, and denial blocks. I'll try to work that in too. All right, so enough talking about what we may or may not do today. Let's do some of it. So, you know, we'll have our 3 minutes of quiet, which I actually looked at it for last healing, and it really was around 3 minutes. Which must be due to angels that I estimated that properly, because usually my time estimates are not so accurate. So that was funny to see that my 3 minutes of quiet was actually close to 3 minutes. Anyway, I'm pouring my first cup of tea, which always spills. But it is what it is. Yikes. Hold on. All right. Phew. Got through that. So, anyway, after the 3 minutes of quiet, then when we start the healing, I'll be getting into the first half hour, which is the 4 essentials: grounding, or repair, creative ring unblocking, just standard repair and unblocking of creative rings, and chakra repair and unblocking. And then we'll do the theme related stuff after that. But the essentials are essential, which is why I call them 4 essentials, and we do them at the start. So there's that. If you're not on my news email list, so you don't get like an email from me every month on the 15th, you could be on my email list if you want. Just email me and ask, hey, can you add me to your news email list? My email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com. Oh, right. Feel free to email me with that kind of thing. I mean, you know, once you're a client and I know you and you know me and you know how to purchase sessions, you know, if you have a question that you'd like me to look at, like, you know, can you check out my grounding? I've been working on it for a couple of days. I want to see see if it's okay. Put that under a video. Post, you know, energy questions under any video, and then I'll post a reply when I have time. But if you're, you know, you've been watching my videos forever, you've never emailed me, you know, you're not on my news email list, if you want to be on that, just email, say hi. It's okay. I won't bite. All right. Woo, 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 woo. Exciting stuff. Someone says, I can see and hear you. Hey, Janet, we can see and hear you in Chicago. Pretty emojis. Thank you, by the way. See you in Chicago. 70 and sunny. Well, that's nice. We are cloudy right now. And probably in the 50s. It's been quite cool. But that's really not bad from a gardening perspective. Someone says hello, and from sunny Belgrade, Northern Ireland, 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Aren't you nice, giving us in both temperature systems? That's kind of you. Thank you. Belgrade. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw your name. So Belgrade, Serbia. See, that shows me my geography is so bad. I'm gonna have to remember that. Belgrade, Serbia, Belgrade, Serbia, Belgrade, Serbia. We'll see if I remember. I'll write it down. Belgrade, Serbia. Sooner or later, I will learn. Hi, Janet. I can see and hear you from sunny New York City. Well, hello to you. Okay, cool. Thank you for all your little hellos, and if you want to say where you're watching from and say hello, that is totally fine. Okay. Oops. All right, so now we'll do the 3 minutes of quiet. I hope you enjoy it, as do I. It's the problem when you see yourself, you have to like. All right, so 3 minutes of quiet. All right, thank you for waiting. So when you heal yourself, you can use a copy out in front of you and heal that copy. So you create the copy with your intention and you say, okay, well, this is a copy of my energy system. And then you use your hands and gold light from your hands to heal yourself. You heal the copy and that heals yourself. So you have a big energy center in the palm of each hand and also an energy center in each fingertip. And you set those energy centers to be a metallic gold vibration, like this glitter, and that then sets the energy that they're generating to a metallic gold. So then you're generating metallic gold energy, which is a nice vibration for healing. It's fast, but not too fast, so it helps you repair and let go and unblock. So the copy of yourself out in front of you, it can include everything all at once, or it can include just part of something that you're healing. You can change it at any time with your thought or your intention. So if it includes everything, it would be all your 17 auras, your physical body and your astral body within those auras, and then both your groundings that go down to the core of the earth. So let's work grounding first. That's the first of the 4 essentials. So go ahead and recreate your grounding. Make it big and wide as all your auras, and wide all the way down to the core of the earth. And you have 2 groundings, and they, if you're pretty present, they occupy the same space. And bring your groundings up high as your 3rd chakra. So your sternum bone, as it goes down, when it ends right there, that's where your 3rd chakra is. So just bring your grounding up that high and keep it nice and wide. Then you can have a copy of your grounding out in front of you. And just unblock it all the way down to the core of the earth, because a big part of your grounding is the point of it is a really strong downward flow throughout, and back, in the core, all around your grounding, so that you can let go of things really easily, or relatively easily. But your grounding can block up, so you just comb through it and you intuit or imagine or see where the blocks are, and you wash them out with so much gold light that they melt away. And whatever needs to release down to the core of the earth does that. So again, grounding. And your grounding, you pick a color for your grounding, and the point of that is, as you choose with your intention the color of your grounding, you are changing the vibration of your grounding, and that's a nice thing to do. Again, being aware of your choices and making choices when you have that opportunity. So you can choose, if your groundings are red or orange or yellow, you can choose the exact shade of those colors that is your grounding. And you want to make both the same color, both red, both orange, or both yellow. And then you can change your mind later, of course. All right, so that's grounding and grounding unblocking. So then we'll do indie grounding, which is related to that, where you still use that copy of your grounding and you check the outer perimeter, the outer surface, and you melt away, with gold light, you melt away any attachments between your grounding and other people's grounding. So somebody said in their survey, oh, I'm trying to support a lot of people that are in conflict or something like that. There's so much conflict that I'm around. I'm trying to support a lot of people and anchor the light or something. Man, you know, it sounds like a boundaries problem. So just check your grounding. Make sure that, you know, if you feel like, oh, I'm trying to support all these people, yeah, how are you supporting them? You know, you're supporting them just through clean friendship and companionship, or are you letting them cord into all your major energy blocks and your grounding and your first layer and your second layer? Yeah. Could be that you're thinking you're doing it cleanly, but they're really hooked into a whole bunch of places in your grounding and your first layer and your second layer of your auras. So that's no fun. So just with that indie grounding, this is a chance to really confirm, like, okay, are people cording into my grounding? What's going on? And just, you know, wash through your grounding and wash out those people that, you know, maybe you do want to be supportive with them, but this is not the way. This is not the way. So just wash everybody out of your grounding. So that's indie grounding. So then there's aura repair of your 17 auras. So your auras are around you. So that's easy, right? And then there are 17 of them, and they can have rips in them. Very easy for them to get ripped. Which, you know, might be a good reason to sometimes choose not to have conflict. You know, sometimes conflict maybe is unnecessary thing, but sometimes maybe it's not so necessary. And you know, one of the things with conflict is people tend to throw a lot of energy, and not just in that moment, but maybe for a couple weeks because they're still triggered about it subconsciously. So how does that impact your energy? Well, you know, it can cause a lot of damage, and then it takes time for you to keep repairing. So one of the ways that you do repair, though, obviously, you know, it's nice to repair efficiently, right? So aura repair is a big part of that. Being able to repair all the rips in all your auras is very helpful, because sometimes, you know, you're not really going out of your way to create conflict, and, you know, someone's just triggered by you and they whack you a lot, and so it's good to know how to repair your aura. So here we go. You could comb through and manually repair all the rips, but we're going to do a composite copy technique, which is more time efficient. To just create a composite copy rip, and you say with your intention, okay, well, this rip represents all the rips in my 17 auras that are healthy and gentle for me to repair right now. And then as you repair this composite copy rip, you are repairing all those rips. So you have your composite copy rip, and you want to clean it out really well so that it repairs properly. And so you can clean it up with sticky gold wax, fill it up with gold light from your hands, and have it harden. That's what sticky gold wax is. It hardens and sticks to what's not you and forms like a big lump. So you fill it with sticky gold wax, and therefore all the junk becomes a big lump that you can just lift out and give to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, fill it up with sticky gold wax, lift it out, angels, here you go. So then you have the rip, but it's cleaned out. So the gold light should make very good contact with the rip now. And that is what helps it to grow back and repair. Okay, so that's the basis of aura repair, is, you know, repairing the rips. We're going to do it one more time just because there can be some leftover rips that are still not repaired. So another composite copy rip, and have this represent any leftover rips that are really good to repair right now. And fill it up with sticky gold wax, lift out the junk, angels, here you go. Fill it up with sticky gold wax, lift out the junk, angels, here you go. And then repair these leftover rips. Lots of gold light. Sometimes you have hard devices stuck in the rips, and so you can imagine those hard devices And lift those out. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Imagine any hard devices still stuck in the ribs. Lift them out. Angels, here you go. And more gold light. All right, so that's aura repair, the basics of aura repair. You just repair the ribs. So then we're still going to work a little more with the auras. Couple things. So aura scarring and bruising. It's just leftover hardness from when people throw energy. So scarring is in the outer surface of any of the auras, and aura bruising might be sort of a patch of it, maybe a few layers in, say, your astral body aura or your physical body aura. There may be like a patch in 3 different layers of hardness left over. So we can clear all that at once. Just make a big pile of copies of all your aura scarring and aura bruising, and just melt the pile with lots of gold light. Keep breathing, breathe into your body, relax, try to relax as you do this. And again, maybe you have some more aura scarring and bruising. So just put it all out in front of you in piles, copies of all your aura bruising and aura scarring, and go ahead and melt it away with gold light. And if you have any left over, you can say, angels, can you help me with all this? Okay, so that was aura scarring and bruising. So then now we'll do another thing that is sort of an extra that sometimes I put with aura repair in the last few months, which is repairing your gold mesh spheres. So those 15, you have 17 auras, but 15 of them are called Wei Qi auras. Wei Qi is a traditional Chinese medicine concept. It has to do with strong boundaries energy that you have. And so each of these 15 Wei Qi auras has 3 gold mesh spheres within them. And the gold mesh spheres generate a lot of gold light. And the gold mesh spheres, are all around you. And so, say one of those 15 auras, you have an inner gold mesh sphere, a middle one, and an outer gold mesh sphere within the Wei Qi aura. And they generate lots of gold light if they're not too damaged. And that gold light helps the body meridian that relates to that Wei Qi aura. And yeah, so you can imagine those essentially 45 gold mesh spheres, 15 outer ones, 15 middle ones, and 15 inner ones. And just check for rips, because if someone throws a bunch of energy at you, rips through your auras, they're going to rip through those gold mesh spheres too. So you'll have like a hole that goes all the way through all the 3 gold mesh spheres right there. So just repair your gold mesh spheres. So they're continual and flowing and gold. So then they can do their job to generate lots of gold light to heal and support your meridians, which are energy pathways in your physical body. Are these gold mesh spheres a part of traditional Chinese medicine? No. It's something the angel showed me. So just so you know, your acupuncturist is going to look at you pretty funny if you say, oh, can you repair my gold mesh spheres during today's appointment? We could call it a cousin of traditional Chinese medicine. So again, you're washing gold light through your gold mesh spheres, washing them off so that you can repair the holes and gashes in them. All right, so that was repairing your gold mesh spheres within your Wei Qi auras, so that then they generate more gold light. So your Wei Qi auras are stronger, and they do a better job supporting the meridians in your physical body. Yay! So then we'll just let's use sticky gold wax this time. We're just going to remove extra junk from your aura, like hard objects and whatever else you want to get rid of. And we could use collapsing gold nets or sticky gold wax. So it's just sort of whichever you feel like at the time. So sticky gold wax, as you know, just gold light from your hands that hardens and sticks to whatever's not you that you're ready to let go of. So just do sticky gold wax around the outside of all your 17 auras and the inside of all your 17 auras, and the outside and inside of your groundings. And since it goes through your auras, it'll go through your physical body, your astral body, all your chakras. So have the sticky gold wax stick to anything you're ready to get rid of, especially hard objects that were thrown at you, but also energy blocks you're ready to get rid of, invasive beings, invasive people. You're going to move the wax out with all that junk and give it to your angels. Move it out. Angels, here you go. Deep breath, breathe into your shoulders and your hips and your feet. One more time, sticky gold wax everything, the outer surfaces and the whole inside. Have the wax stick to everything you're ready to get rid of. Move it out. Angels, here you go. So then we'll just finish up the aura repair. Gold light in the outer surface, because you don't want any little leaks left over, so just extra repair in the outer surface of all your 17 auras. Unblock your grounding, a little bit extra. All right. Recreate your gold buffer zones. That is an 18-minute video that walks you through what gold buffer zones are, which help with aura protection, and how to make them. It also goes through aura repair. So that's gold buffer zones. Just recreate them as often as you need to help slow the rate of aura damage. Okay, so that was 2 of our 4 essentials, grounding and aura repair, plus some extras we threw in because we have time. And but if you don't have time, just do the quick and dirty version of grounding and aura repair. Creative ring, repair and unblocking. So creative rings are up here, 1, 2, 3, 3 gold rings. And so you can make a copy of those out in front of you and wash them out with gold light from your hands. Check if there are any cracks or chunks missing and repair that if there are. Unblock the inner surface of the rings. They can get like hard and crusty on the inside. So lift that out, melt it away, lift out the hard crustiness, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Whichever. You could blow it up, you could melt it, or you can hand it to the angels. But obviously if you're healing someone else, don't blow up their stuff. That's too bossy. You could melt it with gold light, because that involves them consenting and letting go of it so that it actually melts. So wash out the inner surface of these creative rings so there's no hard, crusty weirdness. And then the outer surface, of course, wash that out so that there's no hard, weird crustiness. Melt cords going into your creative rings. The cords would make the flaps stick out. So if you're looking top down at the top creative ring, or any of them, this is how they look if the flaps are sticking out. And they would be sticking out because cords, pairs of cords are coming in and sending in energy that's not yours, which is an irritant, and it puffs out the flaps. So melt cords going into your creative rings from other people or invasive beings. If you you could sort of, sort out if it's people or invasive beings. Like the people, you can just say, hey, go talk to your angels, and just melt away those cords from people. And then if it's invasive beings cording your creative rings, you say, angels, can you recycle all these invasive beings? And then just keep melting. You can bring up purple earth energy from the core of the earth and wash out the rings with purple earth energy. And gold light. Purple because your creative rings are very close to your 7th chakra, and 7th chakra, a good color for that is purple. So but your creative rings are gold in color. All right, so you close the flap, let the flaps close of your creative rings, and then we could unblock a little more your creative rings and all your major chakras using sticky gold wax. So you imagine the 3 gold creative rings and then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 sets of 7 chakras, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The astral ones fit into the physical ones, ideally. Astral 7 fitting into your physical 7 chakras. So just sticky gold wax the whole thing. Sticky gold wax, have it stick to anything that's not you, especially anything that is in the way of the chakra fit. The astral chakras fitting into the physical chakras. So have the wax stick to all that junk that you're ready to get rid of, that's healthy and gentle to get rid of, and move it out and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. A couple deep breaths. So again, sticky gold wax your creative rings and all your major 7 chakras, and maybe your Kundalini chakra too. We can sticky gold wax that too. That's a body chakra right below your 1st chakra of your physical body, the Kundalini chakra. So sticky gold wax all that, and have it stick to anything that you want to get rid of. Move it out. Angels, here you go. Couple deep breaths. And let those creative ring flaps relax, shut, and also the flaps that these chakras have. They have flaps similar to creative rings around the outer surface. So if you melt the cords going into there, the flaps relax and fall shut as well. So your energy can go in and out, but it's harder for people to cord you. So just let the flaps relax, let these chakras unblock. There can be like sort of, you can just unblock all the chakras at once, like just sort of lift out the junk and melt it away with gold light, lift out the junk, melt it away with gold light. So that's enough for creative ring unblocking and repair. And then we did some sticky gold wax for the creative rings and the 7 chakras and the Kundalini chakra all at once. And so now let's do creative chakra repair and unblocking. We already did a little bit of chakra unblocking, but now it's better if you repair them all first, because if needed. And we're going to repair all your chakras at the same time, just to be time efficient about it. Of course, when needed, you can do custom work on one chakra at a time. And if you're intermediate or advanced, that can be certainly appropriate at times. For example, if you're feeling a lot of fear, it could be time to repair your first chakra. Check it out. Look at it. I do have a 2-page chakra handout if you're not sure what chakra relates to what ability. So you can email me and ask for the 2-page email attachment on chakras. But anyway, so go ahead and make a copy of your chakras. A copy. So one chakra that represents all your major and minor chakras. So you make that composite copy and you say with your intention, okay, well, this represents all my major and minor chakras. So as I repair it, I'm repairing all my major and minor chakras at the same time. So major and minor chakras, including acupuncture points, those are minor chakras, including chakras in your legs and your arms, which are minor chakras. The major ones are the 7 major ones along your spine, 7 astral and 7 physical. The minor ones are all the other chakras of your body and spirit. So just use gold light, repair the damage. The damage could look like scratches, gashes, rips, cracks. Sometimes there's just so much junk around the damaged part that it's hard to repair it. So lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. Lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. Do some more repair. Melt cords going into your chakras. Lots of gold light. Melt the cords. If there are any invasive beings in or around your chakras or messing with your chakras from afar, you can just say, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings messing with my chakras? And just so you know, like saying some blanket thing like that and saying, you know, like, angels, can you recycle any beings messing with me on any level for any reason forever and ever and ever? I mean, you can always ask that, but typically your angels, if you're old enough to do this kind of thing, from what I've seen, they're kind of like, well, meet us halfway. You know, you do it too. So you can't just say, well, angels, take care of my energy forever, and then you don't ever have to meditate. You know, it just doesn't work that way. They won't do it. Angels do like to help, but they like you to be strong and empowered and you know, to take care of yourself too. So anyway, okay. So we did repair. We're still doing unblocking more. Lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. Lift out the junk from your chakras. Angels, here you go. Keep melting cords. They would be coming in pairs. It might look like one cord, but technically it's a pair of cords that goes into one side or the other typically. Unless you have like a giant gash that shouldn't be there, then someone could cord the gash. But anyway. So maybe you have some energy in your chakras that is in the way of you being bold, right? And that's the theme for this healing. So lift out anything in your chakras that's preventing you from being bold in a healthy way. So lift out that junk, devices, or blocks. Angels, here you go. Anything, lift out anything from your chakras that's preventing you from being bold in a healthy, positive, changey kind of way. Right? So lift out the junk. Angels, here you go. I was talking about decisions and opportunities and choices, and the more that you're aware of your choices, the more, and your decisions, the more you can realize different opportunities for change that maybe you didn't see before. So lift out anything in the way of you having that self-awareness of your choices. Lift out the junk that's blocking your self-awareness. Angels, here you go. Lift out any junk blocking your self-awareness. Angels, here you go. Sometimes when you are more present in your chakras, then you're more aware of energy blocks in your auras. So you may, like, if you feel some discomfort right after repairing your chakras, it doesn't necessarily mean that you did it wrong. It could mean, okay, now you're a lot more present, but now you feel like the energy blocks that are getting corded right in front of your belly, say, for example. And so you just imagine any blocks that people are cording, and you melt the cords and you melt the blocks. And do that again. Just imagine any blocks that people are cording, and melt the cords going into them with gold light, and then just melt the blocks that people were cording. Again, imagine blocks that you're feeling more now because you're more present. Just imagine them, stack them up, and you can ground them with red earth energy. You can melt the cords going into them with gold light, and you can blow them up, you can melt them. We can do we were just kind of doing public pain, but I wasn't being as overt about it. So let's do it more explicitly now. Public pain, clear public pain of yours, and then clear stuff that you're cording of other people's. So just imagine energy blocks of yours that people are cording. And sometimes it's like, there might be just half a dozen energy blocks that you have that a ton of people are cording, and it's really making you uncomfortable. Or a ton of beings are cording, and that's making you uncomfortable. Sometimes people will have like these trauma blocks, and it's so easy for the beings just to go ding, and then all of a sudden you manifest a shit ton of conflict and drama like the entire day. And like, it was so easy for them. And now you're more popped out so they can waltz back into your aura like before. So with these public pain things, public trauma, public pain, I mean, it's like beings can play that game too. It's like, oh, it's so easy. Look at that. If I cord that victimization baggage that she has, now she's gonna, fight with like 3 different people today. How easy is that? So we don't want that, right? We don't want to be so easily replicating what we don't want to experience, right? But you got to clear the sort of the seeds that are replicating and creating a lot more conflict for you, right? So that's part of public pain, is just, the conflict baggage. So we'll just pile it all out in front of you. The energy blocks that other people are cording, the energy blocks that invasive beings are cording, the energy blocks, that keep projecting into different parts of your life and creating more and more conflict, and just melt the cords. You can, run red earth energy through all of it, and then gold light, and melt the cords going into these blocks. So again, technically this is all public pain, but I'm just being specific that some of it, recreates dramas and conflicts like over and over in your life. Some of it just makes you feel overwhelmed. Some of it just makes you feel kind of depressed, whatever. So it's just public pain that you have that's so easy for people to cord or invasive beings to cord, right? So now you've melted the cord, so go ahead and melt the energy blocks. And you can say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And then if something's, too much for you to clear, your angels will sort of move it out for you. So just blow up or melt away with gold light everything out in front of you. If you have any leftovers, say, angels, can you help me with this? So that's dealing with your public pain, basically clearing it. Melting cords from it first, just to make sure that it's all going to clear. Oh, right. And then the other half of the public pain is from others. You don't want to be courting other people's public pain. So just imagine yourself, like imagine a blob for you, and then just imagine everybody you know, neighbors, friends, colleagues, your partner, family members, whoever, right? And you just imagine them as their own little blobs. But don't touch them. Don't, with energy, don't do anything with them. Just because that would be a big group healing, which is really high risk on an energy level, yada yada. But they all have public pain that they're accidentally emphasizing to others, or for some reason it's just more obvious to people, energy blocks that they have that people tend to cord, and or they tend to like show people subconsciously, like, oh, my life is so hard. So it's better for them and it's better for you if you're not cording their public pain. So just go ahead and melt away your cords going into their pain. So don't touch their pain. Don't send any energy into their aura or near their auras. Just, because your cords go from your space to them. So just when it's in your space and right in front of you, melt it away. Melt your cords going into everybody's public pain. Because if you can just observe, sometimes people don't even want you to observe. Sometimes people observe in a very talky way on a spirit level. Like, do you know that you're stuck here? Do you know you're stuck here? A lot of people don't want to be read, so that can cause conflict too. But the first step is to not cord people's public pain. And then potentially you might need to stop pointing it out to them as well on a spirit level. Anyway, so right now we're just melting cords going into people's public pain. So you can just let go of their public pain. All right, good job. So then 2 big energy blocks. So 2 big energy blocks can be really overwhelming, and it's a subconscious thing a lot of time. But so if you think of, you could just do it proactively no matter what. Let me clear 2 big energy blocks that are not clearing automatically. But say for example you're procrastinating on a project, or you just feel like you're a lot less time efficient than you could be. It could definitely be that you're sort of psychically spinning your wheels because there are these giant energy blocks that are kind of flipping you out on a spirit level. And so you feel like you're kind of full mentally or emotionally or, psychically. You can't handle anything else because you're too taxed. And, that's no fun, right? So just imagine if you have any 2 big energy blocks. So those tend to be energy blocks that are glued to other ones. So it's it seems like a really big block, but it's really 5 that are glued together with your resistance and or somebody else's energy cording them. So you just imagine the 2 big energy blocks. You can imagine big billboards or surfboards or something. And just notice that they're actually composite energy blocks of a bunch of blocks within them. And just use lots of gold light. You can melt cords going to your 2 big energy blocks. And you could just focus on one at a time, or you could just relax and do them all at once and just don't rush them. So some will clear, and then some more will clear, and then some more will clear. And so just kind of relax about it. Don't push. So whichever works for you. Sometimes you could just do 2 at once and then do 2 more and do 2 more. But you could line them all up like this and just chill out. Just don't push. So, and as the glue that holds these little blocks together into one giant block, as that glue dissolves, then the little blocks can clear more easily just with the gold light. So again, we're melting away your 2 big energy blocks. Too big to automatically clear without you doing something about it. Somebody said that in their survey that it felt like a Sunday morning instead of a Monday morning. And part of that was melting the 2 big energy blocks. Part of it was clearing public pain, but part of it was this 2 big energy blocks thing, which could tell you something about your week, your weekdays. What is the difference between your weekend and your weekdays? People always assume it's, well, I have to go to work, Janet, duh. Some of us have a job. But, it's, you can get more nitty gritty about it. It's like, no, it's because on a weekday, you're typically stuck on 2 big energy blocks. And you just associate that with the week, but it's not necessary. That's why that client felt like it was Sunday morning, but it wasn't. That's not why sometimes I forget, like something's about to happen. If I do a lot of energy clearing, I feel good. So I don't feel the tension of like something's about to happen. So I literally forget it's going to happen because I'm just so relaxed. So then you have to use other ways to remind yourself, and don't just use your inner tension as your calendar, which is healthier. But anyway, so that's clearing 2 big energy blocks, which we just did, plus a big long story about it, of course, because my name is Janet Wright, and I do big long stories. All right. So now let's do, again, the jump into life with both feet thingamajiggy that we did 2 days ago in the first healing, which is a custom unblocking above your creative rings. And in that custom unblocking, you look for the energy blocks that are, you don't have to see though, by the way, you just, with your intention, you find them and you clear them with gold light. But there are certain energy blocks above the creative rings that could be keeping out like giant portions of your energy from coming in, giant portions of your technically your astral body, so that maybe 40% of your astral body can make it in through these energy blocks. And if you cleared some of them, then maybe 60% of your energy can come in, and then you clear more of them later and 80% of your energy can come in. So it just makes you more effective to have more of your energy. You're stronger. You can kind of blow through procrastination and inertia a lot more easily if you have twice as much energy of yours. So just imagine that space, don't like pop out and go up there. Just stay in your legs and your feet and your whole body, and just make a copy out in front of you of your creative rings and that space above it. Think about that, the space above your creative rings, and have that copy out in front of you. And you're looking for energy blocks that are limiting how present you can get. And just melt them away with gold light. It can look like a stack of black books, maybe. They can look like a bunch of black boxes. They can look like a bunch of old papers. And just notice how that feels. Stay present. Breathe into your body. Redo your grounding if you need to. Stay in your legs. So again, you're imagining a copy out in front of you of the space above your creative rings. So if your creative rings are around here, then above that would be somewhere here. And just look for energy blocks that are like a limiting gate that keeps part of your energy from going lower into all your chakras so you can use it. And just imagine those limits, those energy blocks that are limiting you. And you can lift them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, imagine those energy blocks above your creative rings that are like limiting gates that you didn't want there, you didn't put them there, maybe someone a long time ago did. So you have your creative rings. Above your creative rings, any limiting gates, limiting blocks, limiting sort of head games up there. And just surround them in gold light, move them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Some of these limiting blocks above your head that are keeping you from jumping into your life with both feet, they could be objects of reverence. Like, they're still manipulations from other people, but they're manipulations from people that you respected at one time, maybe in a past life. So it could be from a certain government, a certain oppressive person that you followed, a religious leader or something like that. So just imagine your creative rings and anything that's unhealthy for you that is above your creative rings, limiting how much of your energy you can bring into your body and your chakras. And again, it could be, especially notice any objects of reverence up there, but they're unhealthy, but they're from people that you revered, right? And so they're not yours, they're not your energy. It's a manipulation basically from someone else, but it's somebody that you respected. Because those are the ones you tend to like leave there and leave there and leave there, even though they're not healthy. So just imagine those and lift those out and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. So again, one more time, your creative rings, make a copy out in front of you of your creative rings, and then above there, any sort of limiting gates or limiting blocks that are keeping big parts of your energy from coming in and coming into your life, basically. And some of those limiting gates, those unhealthy pieces of energy, could be from people that you looked up to. And so just imagine those and just surround them in gold light and lift them out and give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Oh no, Aki doll fell down. She's okay. All right. So again, your creative rings are here. Copy of your creative rings above there. Like for anything that's a manipulation, it's from other people. It's not healthy for you, but maybe it was from people that you respected or looked up to or feared, right? And surround it with gold light. Lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And just feel how that feels to have it gone. Stay here, be in your hips, your legs. And remember, if you're suddenly afraid, it's not that you did something bad, it's that you have some energy blocks triggered that are causing fear. Fear is just energy blocks being triggered. So, I mean, occasionally, if a train is coming right at you, then fear is a useful sign, right? But if a train is not currently coming at you and you were working with your actual angels, then you did nothing wrong. So the fear is just garbage being triggered, energy blocks being triggered, maybe by a person, an invasive being, or just, it's just in the way. Now you're more present and you feel these blocks in your space. So line up any energy blocks that are causing you to feel fear right now, and you can blow them up, you can melt them away. Again, line up any energy blocks, put copies of them out in front of you that are causing you fear. Make big fear mountains of all the energy blocks that you have, and then just melt them away with gold light. Melt away your fear mountains. If you have any leftover fear mountains, just give them to your angels. Angels, can you help me with these? All right, good job. What a rock star. Woohoo! Okay, so that was doing a custom unblocking of the space above your creative rings. Getting rid of limiting pieces of energy, devices, energy blocks, and including stuff from people that you looked up to. So objects of reverence, that kind of thing. You know, maybe you really respected some oppressive parent that you had in some life, you know, because you were like 3, and of course you're going to look up to that parent because you're 3, you know, but that person put a lot of oppressive stuff up there. So, you know, you're not 3 anymore, and why carry around all that oppressive stuff, right? Sometimes your mind is used to ignoring it because it's sort of, you have this static impression of it, like, oh, that person knows better than I do. You know? So you don't have to be that way. Just hand them to your angel. Hand anything to your angels, and that way, you know, if it's supposed to be there, your angels will put it back. You know, because your angels, they have your best interests at heart. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Cool beans. So then what? Let's do Life River stuff, which is so cool. So Life River Unblocking. Oh, right. So as I explained in the intro, there are other Life River unblocking type videos. If you search Janet Wright Life River on YouTube, you will find lots of different options if that is something you want to do more of. But anyway, we're going to do a lot of cool, we're going to work a lot of cool issues, which I did preview in the intro, so I'm not going to repeat them all right now. I mean, I will as we do them, but. So, your life river, you can imagine it flowing, and you are in the present. So your life river flows to you. It's like your life force comes into this life. So there's like an opening, and the river flows through the opening to come into this life. So the river of your life force comes through an opening to this nice river that flows to you in the present. And so it's like a timeline of your life so far. And so there could be specific things that happened in the river that you still haven't fully cleared, you know, say from when you were 5 or when you were 20. And if you're older than 20 right now, which most people listening are. But anyway, so it is a way of doing timeline healing, but it's this cool sort of aquatic flowy vibe too, which I like a lot. And you know, and it's very dynamic. So like the vibration of your life force that's flowing towards you from like this eternal source of yours, it's like, you know, if there's some junk in the river, it messes with the water that's coming to you and like flavors the water with that fear or that shame or that rage or whatever that object is that's dumped in your river, right? So it's really cool to clear it and unblock it to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do right now. Which should always be your intention, but you know, sometimes I have to repeat it for ethical reasons. So anyway, just check out your life river, and you know, you in the present and the very start of it at conception of this life, and just you know, how is it flowing in general? Do you feel like it's a nice strong river, or do you feel like it's a little trickled stream? Do you feel like it all gets dammed up at a certain part? And just use gold light and relax, you know, don't push things too much, but you know, you can clear stuff and just free up the flow of energy so you get more of your life force coming towards you. You know, there's no rule that you have to become, you know, more deflated as you go older, you know. It just happens to a lot of people, but you can unblock your life river and get a much bigger supply of your life force coming to you in the presence. So you can just imagine different little traffic jams in your life river and just melt them away. You can imagine like the biggest traffic jam in your life river that is healthy and gentle to clear right now. Okay, and imagine that one, and then just, you know, get to work. Maybe there's stuff in it, so it's not just like blocks that you can melt. There's actual objects to lift out and hand to your angels, so you can lift out that junk and hand it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So again, imagine the biggest traffic jam that is healthy and gentle to clear right now in your life river. And are there objects in there that you should lift out and give to your angels, and just surround them in gold light and lift them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. And just notice what that does to the quantity of your life force coming to you and the sort of the nature of it. You know, is it more gold and sparkly now? Is it, you know, does it feel more uplifting? And someone mentioned apathy in their survey. And so that's an interesting thing. Apathy is kind of like, you know, who cares, blah, 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 right? So it's sort of like a flat, like, wah, wah, nothing matters, right? So go find some objects in your life river that promote that feeling of like, nothing matters, who cares, la, la, la. You know, maybe there's some blocks or some actual just things dumped in your life river that promote apathy. So just find those apathy objects, surround them in gold light, lift them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Find some more apathy objects in your life river, surround them in gold light, lift them out. Angels, here you go. Because everyone has passions. Everyone has things that really like excite them. You just might not know what they are. You might have so much junk in your life river and you're just so flattened and so busy reacting to your fears rather than clearing them that you don't get to realize like what you think is cool about life, you know? And that's no fun, right? So just find what is like smushing your passion? Is there something in your life river that is totally like junking up the whole thing? And just lift that out, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So can your life force have passion? Have like, wow, that's cool, you know? And when it was coming in, did it have that? And if it did, like where was there some level of energy blocks or stuff dumped in the river that diminished that passion? And just surround that junk in gold light, lift it out. Angels, here you go. Because with this theme, be bold, we're not talking about like, okay, start some fights or something. You know, that's not really what I meant with the theme. What I meant with the theme is, you know, go boldly forward to have a good life, you know, figure out what you care about and what is meaningful to you and, you know, make changes, you know. But if you can have things in the river that just flatten your brain so that you're not doing any of that. So what flattens your brain in your life river? And just, you know, imagine like a bunch of objects or a bunch of blocks, surround them in gold light, melt what you can of them with gold light, and then if there's anything that's just still really heavy and solid, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So that the life force coming to you is enlightening. What about like, do you have any like storms on your life river? Because like I'm looking at a sample person and she has like these little I forget what they're called in the water, but they look like little tornadoes and the water's like spinning round and round in a couple places. Which look like just invasive beings that are messing with her life force and causing a level of chaos. So just imagine, do you have any of those like spinny things in your life river, like causing a big, you know, all the water to flip out and go around and around and around? And then just, you know, imagine those beings causing the water to spin round and round and round. And just say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? So again, notice this water. Is it calm? Is it happy? Is it peaceful? Is it uplifting? And if it's not, look for like a little chaos agent, a little invasive being or something, and just say, angels, can you recycle these beings? And then just chill out while your angels do the work. With beings, with recycling beings, that's the case where you do requests. But it's not like one request and then no being will ever bother you again in your whole life. Yeah, I don't know what those are called, where the water spins like that, but whatever, who cares? So yeah, look for anything like that, and maybe too, your river doesn't come to you. Maybe it goes to other people. Like I'm looking at one person and she's so focused on her sisters. Like it's a sister of a client of mine who is like, she's like the family helper, but like she hasn't really manifested much in her own life. So check that out, because your life river is for you. It's your life force. It's supposed to be coming to only you. Your kid has their own, your neighbor has their own, your husband has his own life force. Your life force is not going to help them, right? It's just going to make them kind of dazed and confused. So check out your river. Does it divert into like little streams going to other people? No, that's not good. So heal the little boundaries of your river. Just use lots of gold light and melt away any detours. Your life force is for you. It's supposed to come to you in the present. So there could be some kind of a martyry, self-sacrificey weird thing in your river that's confusing you and confusing the flow. So if you see a lot of diverting, look for the martyry pieces of energy that are causing you to be so like weirdly self-sacrificing in a way that helps no one. And just lift out the martyr junk and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So that should clear out some of the diversions. But again, if you still have more places where your life river of your life essence diverts to other people or organizations or something, just look for where it diverts and then look right before it for like some kind of martyr energy, some kind of a confusion of where you're like weirdly self-destructive. And just lift out those objects, surround them in gold light, lift them out, come to your angels. Angels, here you go. Because nobody really needs another example of like how a human being can self-destruct. That's not going to inspire somebody like, oh my gosh, yes, I should ruin my own life too. I should hate myself. That's not helping anybody, right? So again, check your life river, make sure it's not diverting to other people, not even a little. Even if you have kids, like that's just gonna actually kind of mess them up. So let them have their own life river without your life river in their life river. Just don't do that. So maybe you have some objects in your life river that are causing you to be controlling or judgy. I had talked about that a little bit. So look for any objects or imagine objects in your river that cause you to be controlling and judgy, even on a subconscious level, and go ahead and melt them if they're blocks, if they'll melt with gold light, and if they don't melt, then just lift them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Be in your knees, your butt, your whole body, your fingers, your toes. Again, be aware of your life river for this life flowing to you in the present. Is there any objects in there that cause you to be overly judgy or overly fearful? That's another one. Lift all that out. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. So we already did, we did a lot. I'm not going to timestamp it all. It's too much. So anyway, you're imagining your life river. You're in the present. Your life river is flowing. It comes. It starts at the conception of this life, and all your life force that you need in this life is coming towards you in the river. And sometimes before it gets to you, it hits all this junk, right? So just can be different times in this life that you got this junk. But just check it out. Like, for example, being fearful. What is in the river making you unnecessarily fearful? It could look like black rocks. It could look like white rocks. So just lift them out and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Or lift them out and melt them away with gold light. So again, imagine your life river. What's in your life river making you fearful in an unhealthy way? And just lift those blocks out. Angels, here you go. The flip side of clearing fear is clearing energy so that you can accurately perceive danger and risk. Because it's like, it could be that you are putting yourself at risk unnecessarily with no benefit to you, you know? And so that's a thing too, you know, like fear, being fearful unnecessarily, obviously, you know, that's not healthy, right? But putting yourself into situations where you're likely to be harmed or at great risk, you know, if you're doing that because you're kind of numb to it, then that's not good, right? If you're doing it because there's risk, but you know, you're saving a baby from a burning building and you've decided to do it, well, then that's just courageous, right? But there can be baggage or, you know, blocks or stuff dumped in your life river causing you to misperceive danger and misperceive risks. So maybe you perceive them as greater than they are or less than they are, right? So lift out any junk from your river that makes you misperceive one way or another, fear, risks, danger, and just melt all that away. And whatever doesn't melt, just give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. So anything in your life river that causes you to misperceive risk, danger, stuff like that, and just lift it out, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Because some people, you know, they totally overblow things, you know, like, oh my God, you know, my life is terrible because of this, this, and this, and it'll never get better, you know, so that's over perceiving, right? But you could be under perceiving and doing something that is like way too risky for you, and you're just kind of, you have a mental block, you're not actually understanding, right? So any blocks in your life river that cause you to lack self-awareness of your choices, your actual choices, your actual decisions, right? Because it could be subconsciously, you're making different choices, you don't even realize it, right? So if there's something in your life river that kind of dulls your self-awareness in an unhealthy way, just lift that out. Angels, here you go. Anything that dulls your self-awareness in an unhealthy way that's in your life river, just imagine it like an object or something, or a bunch of blocks, and you can melt it with gold light. If it doesn't melt with gold light, just lift it out, loosen it with gold, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Just keep breathing, breathe into your body. So, with your life river, I'm going to look at a sample person for a sec. Okay. You may have been around somebody who didn't respect your dreams. They didn't respect your ideas. And so they tried to change your life in a way that they respected. Like maybe, what you think of as a really cool career, your parents or one of your parents thought of as ridiculous or a waste of time or, impractical or whatever. And they could have put something in your life river to change the vibration of your life. And they thought it was going to make you do what they want you to do. Like you get the career they want and for you and make the choices that they would like you to make. But maybe it didn't fully do that, and it just makes you feel like each day doesn't really match with the ideas that you have and the creativity that you have and what you would like to accomplish. So then you always just feel like something's deeply wrong with your life, but you don't know what it is, right? So your ideas and your dreams, you can imagine that like above your life river. And that's a certain vibration. Your ideas and your dreams, say for today, your ideas and dreams for June, for this end of summer, end of spring, beginning of summer, your dreams and ideas for this year. And just imagine that. Those could be different rivers if you want. But like, compare that to your life river, and is it like such a different vibration? Because if your ideas are not a compatible vibration with your life, or vice versa, if your life is not a compatible vibration with your ideas and your dreams, then it creates a deep problem, right? And so, but the thing is, you can change the vibration of your life. You can also change the vibration of your ideas. But, let's say your ideas and dreams, as we're imagining them, is the unadulterated version. So these ideas and dreams have not been messed with by people, but maybe yours have, and so you don't even know what you want to do, right? So that's a whole nother thing. I guess we could do that. So imagine your idea river above your life river and just see, okay, did that get totally screwed? So you have no ideas, you have no dreams. And just heal your idea river, heal your dream river, right? And just lots of gold light. You can make it too, like, maybe give it a yellow earth energy bath too, so that like, it's a little bit more grounded, your idea river. So it's not like miles above your life river. So, gold light, but also yellow earth energy for your idea river, your dream river. And so then, is your life river that different than your dream river? And if it is, like, is there some objects in your life river or some blocks in your life river that are harming the vibe of it, so that it makes it so different than your dream river? And if so, just find those blocks and those objects, dumped objects in your life river that are making your life river so incompatible with your dreams for this life, and just surround that in gold light, and to the extent that's healthy and gentle, remove that junk. Angels, here you go. So again, you're imagining all this to the level that's healthy and gentle to act on right now, right? And so you have your idea river, your idea and dreams river, and then you have your life river. And just see, are the vibrations really compatible and, supportive of each other? If they're not, you can change your life river. You can change your dreams river too if you feel like someone messed with it. But if your dream and idea river is the way like you like it already, then you can change your life river vibration. So just find the stuff in it that you think makes it an incompatible vibration with your dreams, lift it out. Angels, here you go. And just, you can stop whenever you feel like, okay, that's the healthy and gentle amount to do right now. But you may see like sort of a gold harmonizing in between the two rivers then, like your idea and dream river and your life river. Maybe they're like, little gold confetti and little rainbow confetti can flow in and out between the two now. And they can kind of, support each other better. And you can say too, if you feel like you need to work more on this in the future, just say, angels, I'm going to let my angels help me more with this as much as I need it. So that was kind of a nice surprise to me consciously. The angels are like, oh, finally she did it. So that part was imagining, in addition to your life river, imagining a river for your ideas and dreams for this life, and checking that out and seeing if that needs some healing, or if it's, if it's been significantly messed with, or if it's fine now. Your ideas and dreams river, and then seeing if your life river is compatible with your hopes and dreams river, your dreams and ideas river. So, and if it's not, you can find what's messing with your life river so that it's a vibration that is supportive of your dreams and your ideas. Yeah. And if you feel like, well, maybe there's something weird about my dreams and ideas, check out that river. Maybe there are distortions in your ideas and dreams river, and, go melt them away. Because you want your ideas and dreams river to be as healthy as possible, as supportive of your true happiness as possible, right? Like when I was in my early 20s and I was really drawn to the biggest, the most unhealthy relationships possible. At the time, I didn't know to clear my ideas and dreams river, but my ideas and dreams river was pretty messed up. So it caused me to have a lot of desires that were very self-destructive. I think both my rivers were messed up, my life river and my ideas and dreams river. So anyway, interesting, cool stuff. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, we can also do, I don't want to, I do want to wrap up soon, but I want to make sure that the giving and not giving, observing and acting, giving versus not giving, and observing versus taking action. Sometimes you can have baggage in both your rivers, your ideas and dreams river or your life river, that cause distortion, so that maybe you overgive or you never give, and so you want to be able to access your wisdom when you need it. As far as like, should you give in a certain situation? Should you not give? What's better for you and your wellness and your spirit? Should you just observe a situation, say with a friend, versus jumping in to help, or acting in some other way? Because sometimes observing and witnessing is really the best thing you could do for people. And you can talk about what they're going through, but it's like more of just an observing. It's not like, okay, let me do this, So just as you look at your life river and you look at your ideas and dreams river, do you have any distortions in either of them that affects your decision making about whether to give or not give? Maybe it could be a block in your ideas and dreams river that like keeps distracting you with giving to others, even when it's like totally not appropriate. So look at both rivers, your ideas and dreams river and your life river of your life force, and just see, are there any blocks that distort your decision making about giving or not giving? And just melt those away. Are there any just dumped objects in either of those rivers, your ideas and dreams river or the life river, that distort your decision making about to give or not give? And just imagine those objects, lift them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, giving versus not giving. Look at your ideas and dreams river and your life force river, your life river, and see, is there anything distorting your wisdom about giving versus not giving in various situations? and just notice what you notice, and either melt it away or surround it in gold light and lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Okay, and then observing versus acting. Sometimes it is really nice to just observe. Maybe observe yourself, observe patterns that you're in and you don't really realize if you don't stop and just take a minute to reflect. But it could be observing other people. You know, maybe there's a time to observe, maybe there's a time to take action. And regarding other people, maybe there's a time to not observe. You know, like sometimes people can get so hyper focused on other people, you know, so they're observing other people versus observing themselves in a certain situation, and that gets in the way of their opportunities for change. You can't see your positive change opportunities if you have so much baggage affecting when you observe versus when you act and who you observe, right? So notice your two rivers, your ideas and dreams river and your life force life river, and heal them both with gold light, of course. And look at, is there anything, any blocks, any dumped objects in either river that affect when you observe versus when you act? And melt them away if they're blocks, if they'll melt with gold light. And if they don't melt with gold light, just surround them in gold light and lift out the dumped objects. Give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. So that you have access to all your wisdom and all the angel advice about observing versus acting. So notice if you have other blocks in the way of that in either of your rivers. And then melt the blocks. If you have any dumped objects in the way that distort your decisions about should you observe, who you should observe, how you should act, when you should act, just lift out those hard objects, dumped objects. Angels, here you go. Give them to your angels. And again, you may see that like the life river and the ideas and dreams river, they start to harmonize more. The more you unblock both of them, the more like gold light and rainbow colored energy can travel between them. And ideally, you begin to feel more and more like your dreams and your ideas can fit in your actual daily life. Okay, good job. Woo-hoo. All right, so let's just do a quick grounding unblocking. Just redo your grounding, red or orange or yellow. Both your groundings. Unblock them. Again, public energy blocks. There could be energy blocks of yours that other people are courting. Technically, every energy block is public. Everyone's a reader on a spirit level. But just line up the energy blocks of yours that people are courting and melt the cords and melt the blocks or blow them up. Again, lay out in front of you any energy blocks that other people are courting and melt the blocks, melt the cords, and melt the blocks. You could have invasive beings triggering some of your energy blocks. So just imagine those energy blocks that the invasive beings are like playing bongos with, you know? So just imagine your energy blocks and the invasive beings that are going out of their way to trigger these energy blocks, and just have the angels say, angels, can you recycle these beings? And then just melt those energy blocks that the invasive beings tend to screw with. Just get rid of those blocks. So again, what energy blocks are some invasive beings, playing bongos on and really going out of their way to trigger? So just imagine the blocks, imagine the invasive beings, and just say, angels, can you recycle all these invasive beings? And then go ahead and destroy those energy blocks. All right. So you can, as we wrap up, just say, angels, can you please give me a healing? All right, good job. Woo, 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 woo. Good job. That's a healing. So that last bit was, oh yeah, beings. We did public. We cleared public pain again. And then we especially looked at invasive beings and the blocks that they're triggering. And we had the angels recycle the beings and clear the blocks. Oh, right. And that's something that you can repeat. That last part about clearing public pain and, looking at the blocks that invasive beings are trying to trigger and just getting those recycled and clearing the blocks. Something quick and repeatable. All right, so I'm just going to glance at these comments just basically to say, hey, if you posted a question, go ahead and repost it under the video, because this is not a Q&A that I'm going to do. This is only a healing, and I'm just wrapping up. Okay, someone says, hi Janet, saying hello from sunny Phoenix, 95 degrees Fahrenheit here. That's a little hot. Thank you for healing my adult kids. You're welcome. Someone says, tuning in late from Muckamore, Northern Ireland. Hello in Muckamore. Someone says, I can see things bobbing, blocks. This is so helpful. Yeah, things bobbing on your life river. That's good. I'm glad you saw that and you're clearing them. That's wonderful. Someone says, typhoon or water spout is... those spinny things in the water, I still don't know what they're called. I don't think they're called typhoons though. I meant it's like under the, maybe they don't even exist, but on the Life River it looked like they did. Yeah, so whatever. Someone says, is contempt a river block? You could have blocks in your river causing contempt, sure. Someone says, I feel a lot calmer after clearing the ideas and dreams river. Thank you for the healing. I feel bitter that my mom dumped so much damaging crap in my rivers. It took me decades to find my dream river because of her. Well, yeah, but you picked her, so you could just clear out of feeling so bitter. Like you're wasting more energy on the bitterness. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, and I've been there, but the sooner you get out of that bitterness, the better for you. Bitterness is your fourth chakra, like shriveling up like a dead raisin. So just bring that fourth chakra back to life so that you don't have to waste even an ounce of your energy in bitterness. I'm not saying you have to take her out to lunch or anything. I'm just saying. Bitterness is no fun. Someone says hello from Ottawa, sunny and warm. Ottawa, Canada. Me, not so much. I'm running from undercurrents of anger. Don't think it is my anger though. Yes, so you could clear it out of your river. There could be objects in your rivers that predispose you to conflict and out of control anger, out of control fear, stuff like that. So you can clear that out of your river. So this is, hi Janet, thanks for the healing. I noticed today that my intuitive vision, seeing my aura and creative rings, etc., is a bit better after the healing. I think you mean your vision, but that's good. Thank you for the healing. Was loving it up until the middle of the Life River work when my mom clobbered me. I'll be doing some repair. Yeah, she gets triggered sometimes. So this is, thanks for healing my husband and I. I loved clearing the typhoons under the water. Yeah. Yeah, a typhoon, I guess, is the whole thing. Some of them I saw like that, and some of them I just saw as like a sinkhole in the water that was like, but there wasn't any above part. Some of them it was the above part too, and then some of it was just below the water. So the below the water only part is maybe only in cartoons, but it was in the life river, so whatever, they're just beings. You can clear out of your life river. So it says, I'm so glad you were healing me on the subject of rivers. Oh, good. I'm glad. Love the concept of life river and ideas river. Glad I joined for this part. Yes, me too. So it says, yeah, me too. The ideas river and life river healing really helped me understand why I felt like I don't know what I want. I'm 25, but have these big dreams that feel unattainable. Yeah. Yeah, so you could have a lot of junk from people in your ideas and dreams river so that you don't even know what your ideas and dreams are. Or you could have it like half cleaned out so you know what your ideas and dreams are, but then your life river is more mucked up, and so you feel like they'll never match, you know? So just keep clearing out both rivers so that it's like more pure, like what you really want, and the vibration of your day and your week, and so they can work together. So this is, thank you for the healing. Not so related to this theme, but I feel my boundaries got better now. Yeah, you know, because in the aura repair, we repaired the spheres, the gold mesh spheres. That really strengthens the Wei Chi auras, which does strengthen boundaries. So there was a part in the aura repair where we repaired the gold mesh spheres, and I'll timestamp it. But sometimes I don't do that in the aura repair, but it's nice to do. It's just, you know, sometimes there's just so much time on all this stuff. Anyway, I feel more capable of being present and witnessing those I'm getting to experience life with. It's nice. I'm glad. Okay, you guys are amazing. Congratulations for healing yourself and even trying to heal yourself and knowing that it's possible. And, you know, it is true sometimes, you know, oftentimes people around people that are, you know, very dumpy, and they, or even like, you know, actively manipulative, and they try to screw with your life, you know, and, you know, it can be, you can get caught up in a lot of like, woe is me about it, because, you know, like everyone else is going around going, oh my God, my mother was the best thing in the world. Oh, my mother's light and sunshine and beauty and kindness, you know, and then you might have like a mother that's more like, you know, your worst enemy based on what she's done to your energy, you know, and so, but it is what it is, you know. I mean, there are villain mothers, and then there are, you know, light and sound and you know, goodness mothers, and you know, you picked one for a reason. So it's okay. It'll just make you stronger and more fabulous. So try to think of the bright side. Lorenzo calls me Susie Brightside sometimes. Usually it's when he's not really open to seeing the bright side of something. But lately he's much more Susie Brightside than he used to be, so it's fun. But anyway, yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys are amazing. Of course, I will show you my two dogs at the end. My two cats are somewhere off, so I can't show you them, but I can show you our two dogs, who are thankfully very peaceful right now. So that is Abel right there. He's calm. Isn't that nice? Calm and peaceful. That was him walking around earlier at the start of the live stream. And that, I'm not going to say his name because otherwise he gets all active. So his name is IZZY, but we call him Little Man when we don't want him to know that we're talking about him. All right, you guys are amazing, and I hope you're having a pretty decent June so far. And if you're not, I hope that clearing out your life river and your ideas and dreams river can help with that. And if you have a question about your energy, you could post it under this video or any other video of mine at any time. And when I get time, I will post a reply. Okie doke. And this actually concludes the group healings that I'm doing for June. How about that? So next month is family boundaries. Healthy family boundaries healings. How about that? Those are always a big deal. I'm gonna just pull up my website. You know, it's amazing. I don't know how to get my phone to remember my darn website because it's like I've looked it up a million times on my phone and it still doesn't auto suggest it. I have to like type out the whole stupid thing. I don't understand that. But anyway, yeah, so the July triplet set is July 7th, 9th, and 11th. Healthy family boundaries. And then also the twin set that month, July twin set is July 16th and 18th, and that's the same theme. All this stuff is listed on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. And then the September healings, those are the next ones that are on sale in just under a month. On July 15th, the September healings will go up on my website to be sold. So if you do want to be on my news email list, feel free to email me and ask for that. And that just means I'll email you the minute the sessions go up on the 15th. But they go up pretty much at a set time. Noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you need me to convert that into some other country's time, I can do that if you email me. Janet@janetwrightreadings.com. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. But you're amazing. Take care. Have a good day, evening, whatever.